Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. And here we are in round one, and we've got a nice little matchup today. We got Adventurer PK piloted by my friend Joe on the left versus Infernoble piloted by my friend Kevin on the right. The interesting thing about this matchup is I would say like the decks that these guys are on are probably their like best decks, or at least the decks they are known for playing more recently. So yeah, this is going to be a nice little matchup because these guys both know these decks pretty well. So we're going to see Infernoble win the die roll here, which is exactly what they want. And be able to go first, hopefully uninterrupted, because that means hand loop plus several interruptions. And opening very strong with the reinforcement of the army into that Neo Space Connector to go ahead and special summon out the Aqua Dolphin. And also, I'll throw the poll results up here on the screen because I'm actually recording this before the poll result goes up. But as I am recording, it looks like Adventurer PK is in the lead. So we'll see if it stays that way by the time the video goes up. So we're going to see the Dolphin resolve here. Not able to hit anything out of the hand, surprisingly. So the Infernoble player is going to take 500. Discarding Genba as well. So somewhat of a brick there, but it'll prove to be nice discard fodder. I'm going to go ahead and add the Collector's Rare Immortal Phoenix Gearfried to the hand. And we'll see what the next play here is going to be. Looks like a copy of Heritage of the Chalice. So we'll go ahead and use that to go ahead and search out a copy of Durendal. And then activating Durendal, equipping it to a soul to go ahead and add Oliver. So that's a nice potential tuner extender here, plus discard. Yeah, I remember Oliver being very, very important in this deck. I kind of miss playing Infernoble. Don't really have the, super desire to play it right now, but definitely wouldn't mind it since it is big, long, big brain combos that I do love, kind of similar to Block BA. So we're going to see the Assault dump 4 autonomous action units, Metal Silver Armor, Phoenix Blade, another Durendal, and going into Oliver, and then into Hulk for Deskbot, into Auroradon, and we are off to the races. That is one Deskbot 001 effect trigger. We'll see it trigger many more times. And I also remember when my brother got back into the Yu-Gi-Oh! For first time for a couple years. This was the deck he decided to learn, and props to him, because this is one hell of a deck to try to learn after not playing for a long time. Literally spreadsheets and flashcards were made to help memorize the combos for him in time for his first locals. And I remember one little adage we came up with was Riser, Roland, Charles, because you'd always do that route in certain combos. You'd make Riser Dragon into Roland into Charles. And yeah, good memories. So we're going to see the first Power Tool Dragon here. Go ahead and add either a DDR or a copy of Living Fossil here. Only making that choice because he opened one of the DDRs. Probably would have preferred to not have opened the DDR, but it is what it is. This will kind of give him extra extension power. We're going to see the Auroradon go ahead and spec out the Colt Wing, and that is going to allow to spec two more tokens, and then with it bring back the Deskbot 01 again, resolve the second Power Tool Dragon here. Also keep in mind, Colt Wing is currently level 7 because it does gain the levels of all the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens on the field, so 4 plus 3 is 7, going into Draco Sack, and then activating Draco Sack to go ahead and summon 2 tokens. Yes, you do have to detach the third Deskbot 001 effect triggering here. And yeah, I think the next step from here was either to make Balmung. Yeah, I believe it's making Balmung here, level 4 synchro. And I think when this card gets destroyed, you can spec any level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. So basically just another way to go ahead and bring back your Colt Wing, which then triggers your Deskbot. We're also going to see the Divine Sword Phoenix Blade get added back to hand, acting as free discard fodder for the Oliver, synchroning into shooting Riser Dragon now. And that is going to go ahead and dump a copy of Red Layer, so that'll reduce its level down to 2. Activating Draco Sack, tripping itself off the field to go ahead and pop the Balmung. Balmung will activate its effect Engrave to revive the Colt Wing. And Colt Wing will go ahead and summon 2 tokens, because again, not once per turn. I think we'll see the 4th activation here of Deskbot 001 as soon as this Colt Wing fully resolves. And yeah, pretty much, standard combo here. Like, Oh, not summoning back the Cult Wing here, interestingly enough. Yeah, so Underworld Fighter Balmung is going to go ahead and bring back Oliver. Interesting, not going for the Cult Wing again. Then bringing back the Duskbot. So opting to bring back Oliver. Maybe I can see why, too, because he has the DDR in hand already. And before he activates that DDR, probably want to go ahead and banish 2 warriors to get that free discard fodder to the hand in the form of the Phoenix Blade. So you will go ahead and pitch it to bring back Aqua Dolphin. And you can go ahead and activate Aqua Dolphin again here. Really no reason to, though, since he's already seen the hand once and there's nothing else to rip. So he's going to go ahead and add back the sword again. Pitch it for... Oh, so he is going to go ahead and pitch it here. And he is going to hit a Prank Kid this time. So, interestingly enough... So I'm kind of confused as to why something wasn't hit the first time. Oh, well, because he has a monster with higher attack on the field. That's why. That makes much more sense now. So his opponent will take 500 damage there. 75 to 75. So it gets the 2, well, would be 2, but now only 1 card out of the hand. Has Renaud in hand, or Renault. So we can go ahead and spec that to add back and equip. Recycle the DDR for another special summon. The DDR Divine Sword combos just work so well together. It's very, very satisfying to watch. We're going to see the Living Fossil bring back the Neospace Connector. We're going to see Renault get special summon, add back the DDR. Because it works out so beautifully because, you know, you banish the warriors that you're going to be bringing back with DDR. And then Phoenix Blade is just your discard fodder for the DDR. And we're going to see him synchro into Charles. Main piece to the end board here. Banishing 2 more to add back the Phoenix Blade. And... or he might have already added it back. Or maybe he forgot to add it back, I'm thinking. No, okay, he definitely added it back. So right now... I mean, this is a DPE variant as well. I don't know if I brought that up yet. I don't think I have. So yeah, he could be trying just to set up for, you know, possible 2 effect monsters to be able to get into DPE or with Anaconda. But we'll see him just bring back the Connector and the level 4 tuner that is Oliver for a 3 counter Boral Savage. And then we're going to see the DDR activate again, or the Phoenix Blade activate one more time. DDR bringing back a level 3, and this could be for Herald of the Arclight here. Or he could just go again for another hand rip, and it looks like that is what he's going to do. Pitch, take a look at the hand. Now he can rip literally anything, hitting out red, burning for another 500. And then going for Herald of the Arclight. And I think that'll probably do it for the turn. He does have the pop with Roland Engrave, Infernoble Captain Roland. And also getting the end phase effects here to resolve. Dumping some equips. And then equipping from deck here if he decides to do so. Adding the Renault. And then equipping the Oliver from grave. And... what else will he equip? Probably the Metal Silver Armor, yeah. So, Metal Silver Armor will give the entire board pretty much protection from targeting, I believe. And then, yeah, so just telling his opponent all the interruptions he's got to worry about. Herald of the Arclight's kind of huge. Boral Savage, Omni Negate, huge. The pop from... the pop from Charles and Roland alone could literally just end the Prank Kid's player's turn. I mean, he knows the whole hand at this point. He knows he's got Instant Fusion. I think one more name in hand as well. And there is... Fateful Adventure, pretty good card to lead the turn with. I still am very unfamiliar with all the Brave Token stuff. I don't know if you need to just open Rite of Aramasir or if you just need Fateful Adventure to get you into the whole thing. I've seen it fully resolve on me, I think, one time. Outside of that, it seems like it's never been able to fully resolve. So, yeah, Instant Fusion negated by the Herald. Boral Savage taking care of Fateful Adventure, and, you know, the Roland's going to pop the normal summon for game. So, we're into game 2, and as they get started, I'd like to mention the ways that you guys can support the channel at the links in the description by checking out Imperium Duelist or using my affiliate links to TCG Player or the Coldest Water. Again, check those links out in the description below. And, yeah, getting back to the game here, we are going to see Prank Kids going first here. Normal summoning red, going into Meow Mew. That's going to summon out blue. Standard combo here going into the Doodle Doodle Doo. And looks like our Infernoble players open up Droll and Cosmic. Cosmic Cyclone's going to be pretty strong here to hopefully snipe out that Pandemonium in the standby phase. because, you know, only in the main phase, by the way, for Pandemonium. We also opened up Coltwing, Durendal, and Divine Sword. That is a very rough opening. I mean, we might just see a very, very short game 2 here, unless he can open up the absolute stones. Droll and Lockbird, not typically too good of a side deck card against PK, but with a adventure engine in there, it definitely becomes a lot better. Yeah, so we're gonna see him draw for turn here. Prank Kid's looking like they didn't open up super well here either, unless he just has all the names in the fusion spell already. Yeah, normally they end on Bow Wow Bark to get their stuff back in the standby phase of your next turn, but looks like our Infernoble player is just going to normal summon Celestial and equip it with Durendal, because, I mean, I guess Celestial is a warrior monster as well, so this works out very, very well. I mean, it's not the most optimal thing to get here, but it works. So we'll see if he's going to have a response or if this Durendal is going to go through here. Probably just explaining to him how the card works specifically. I know Durendal has another effect where if it is sent from the field to the graveyard, it gets another effect. But it looks like the search will go through. Beautiful Alti Nibiru there, I can see that. See what he wants to go ahead and search out. Looks like maybe Oliver or Renault here. Looks like he's going to go for Oliver. He does have Divine Sword in hand, so nice discard target there for Oliver. And will special summon itself as a level 1 tuner, I believe, because when you special summon Oliver from hand, its level changes to 1. So he will activate that. It'll hit the field. And unfortunately for our Infernoble player here, the DPE engine is turned off at this point. So he will not be able to have access to Anaconda plays. Unless, of course, he plays more than one Celestial, but we're going to see him go into Isolde. And Isolde on summon effect is going to resolve here, probably adding that beautiful CR Gearfried. One thing I would definitely want to pick up if I were to play this deck again is get some CR Gearfrieds, because they look absolutely gorgeous. And then we're going to see the Isolde second effect activate here. We'll see how many equips he decides to dump to grave. Normally the standard has become dumping 4, but I remember when I used to play, it was dumping 2 was the standard, but that was when, you know, we had nice things like Link Cross and what is it? We weren't doing Coltwing plays, but we were doing plays with O-Line. Yeah, so things have definitely changed a little bit. It looks like he's going to go ahead and just dump 1 here for the Renault, and going to target that DDR. Send and equip, add it back. The nice thing about the Renault lines is basically allow you to add any equip from your deck to your hand and play a lot of really good equips to be able to toolbox out just like that. We're going to see him banish 2 for Divine Sword. We'll add that back. And now he has the DDR Divine Sword combination here, so we can go ahead and pitch the sword to revive Oliver. And there is the Pandemonium. All 3 already in hand, just like that. Summoning out the Battle Butler, and we're going to see him burn 5, gain 1,000, dump a spell, trap. And he is going to Chainlink 4 Butler here, banishing Meow Mew to go ahead and wipe the field. Raigeki here. And yeah, this looks pretty rough here for Infernoble player. I mean, let's talk about that opening hand. I think it was like Celestial, Sword, Coltwing, Durendal, Cosmic Droll, I think was the opening 6 there. Very, very rough hand. I mean, it does work. Probably could have saw a Helka Fibrax play there into Auroradon had he not gotten his board completely nuked. Also shocked he didn't shock on the Cosmic Cyclone. I'm just realizing that just now, but maybe you don't want to take that 33% chance into 3 back row when you'd rather maybe hold it for something like There Can Be Only One. Have no idea, because There Can Be Only One is a card that is played to great effect in the Prank Kid strategy. We're going to see him just past turn there, not surprising, linking into Doodle Doo with green and yellow, resolving yellow, banishing green, drawing a card, and then summoning out red, dumping place, and then going to go ahead and summon out a blue. So he has access to Totally Awesome, searching another copy of place here. So yeah, this is going to be game. Showing him the rest of his hand there, and we are on to a game 3 situation. I'm going to refresh the poll here on my YouTube community tab. Yeah, it looks like, okay, it looks like Adventurer PK is in the lead by miles at this point, but still very early on in the voting. And we're going to see Infernoble go first here in game 3. Shocker. Rhoda again for Connector. He opened up Deskbot, though. That hurts, but luckily for him, You know, Hulk is kind of a fair card. Let's just summon it from hand too. Connector gets impermed because, you know, pretty much always forces a hand trap. He does have the Fire Flint Lady to keep extending. He will go into a Sold. And I guess the only reason, I mean, if you got one Prank Kid in hand, you probably want to imperm the Connector and, you know, or you maybe just imperm the Dolphin. Let him discard. Because the nice thing about imperm is it can't get hit by Aqua Dolphin. And then you just maybe hold the imperm for the Auroradon. And I think if you imperm Auroradon against this deck, it's literally a turn skip. But maybe he was worried about, something else. I don't know. Maybe he has another hand trap in hand. But we're going to see the Isolde resolve here. And he is going to have another imperm and also Lancia on top of that. All right. Yeah, that's pretty rough. We're going to see him follow up, though, with Durendal. Durendal's going to add Oliver. He might still be able to do Halka-Fibrax plays, like... I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and see him spec the Oliver, ditching the copy of Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, going for Hulk. Hulk's going to summon the desk bot from hand, unfortunately. And yeah, this is where if you're the Prank Kids player, you probably wish you held that imperm for this particular moment. Because again, you don't have to worry about Aqua Dolphin ripping any imperms from your hand. So he's going to get to go off and do some sort of combo here. How much comboing he's going to do, I don't know. He's lost a little bit to... you know, the double imperm and the Lancia. That's going to hurt quite a bit as well. You know, revealing DDRs here kind of feels bittersweet. Because, like, you don't have a way to resolve the DDR. So we might just see him resort to DPE here. And he will get one of those equips to hand. It looks like he got the Living Fossil. That's probably his best case scenario here. Autonomous Action Unit, I don't think would work here. I don't know if Autonomous Action is just, like... level 4 lower monster, or if it's just any monster in the opponent's grave. But he is going to go ahead and calculate exactly what he wants to do here. Looks like he will use Auroradon. Other effect to go ahead and spec out the Coltwing. Coltwing's going to spec 2 tokens. And that will bring back the desk bot. And right here, I mean, maybe another level 7 Synchro play. Probably going to go into another power tool. Yep, beautiful ulti power tool. And revealing DDR, Durendal, and I guess no, he didn't get the Living Fossil the first time around, so hoping to get it this time. And I don't think he got it there. I think he got the Durendal, so... yeah, I mean, he could try again. I don't know if they play 3 power tool, but I could be wrong. 2 tokens, desk bot. And he could synchro... no, he could synchro... I'm going to say he could synchro 10 here. He could make Baron to Fleur. If they play that. Which I don't think they do. That would come in very clutch right here. Just to have an Omni negate. In any capacity against Prank Kids could just be game over. So, could also make Balmung, which could potentially be an option. But he is going to take a moment to think about this here. Does he want to go for Riser? Because if he goes for shooting Riser Dragon, he could make Roland... and also dump a card to the grave, and then also make Anaconda for DPE. And DPE is also really strong against the Prank Kid deck as well. But looks like he's going to go for Balmung. Tribute off a token. Pop Balmung. Balmung revive Coltwing. Summon out 2 tokens with the desk bot again. God, I love this combo, even though it's very tedious to sit and watch, you know, be played out in front of you. It is very, very cool. We'll see him go ahead and Synchro 7 here, I imagine, for shooting Riser. So yeah, probably just doing this to get a little bit more advantage on field. Gonna go ahead and dump the red layer. And that is going to reduce that down to a level 2. Now, he could make Charles here, actually. If he synchroed with the Riser and the Coltwing, he could have made Charles. And then linked off the token. Well, I know you can't use a token for Anaconda there. Yeah, so he could make Charles here with the pop. Or he could go for DPE. It really depends on what he thinks is more valuable at this point. I think the DPE is maybe a little better. You do deck then a couple cards out of the deck, and you also get the reoccurring Pankratops, and you get the Celestial follow-up, but you do get plenty of advantages by going for Charles. You get the pop, you get the end phase searches, you get the protection from targeting. So he will go into the Anaconda route here. Excuse me, and he will go ahead and dump the Fusion Destiny. Plasma, so no Dasher here. I wonder if it's because he doesn't own the card or he just thinks Plasma would be a little better in this particular deck. Then go ahead and spec out the DPE. And that is probably going to do it for his turn. End phase Roland, dumping the Living Fossil, adding a copy to Renault, and then we're going to see him start with the Enchantress. And we'll see if that gets hit with any sort of hand trap, because this means direct access to Rite of Eremacir. And that can go ahead and spec the token, and then I believe also get Fateful Adventure from deck, so we'll see Rite get played. And this will go ahead and spec the Adventurer token, 2k, 2k. Talk about the stats on that token. Pretty impressive. And then we're going to see him add the Fateful Adventure. And then Fateful Adventure can go ahead and, I believe, grab the Wandering Griffin Rider here. And then on the special summon of the Griffin Rider, I think you can go ahead and grab the Draco back as well. I believe that's how that all works out. So we'll see if that is the play here, because the Wandering Griffin Rider setup could be very strong. So he's going to go ahead and add... Oh, he's activated place. I was like, how did he just add that? So he's going to go ahead and activate place, grab the Roxy's, and we will see the Fateful Adventure get popped. And yeah, checking that to make sure there's any restrictions, but just make sure you can't use the effects of anything that isn't a special summon monster. Into full Prank Kid combo here. Into Meow Mew, banishing a red to draw, specking out a blue, offering the cut, and then we're going to see him go into Doodle Doo. And also at this point, time is coming down here. Very, very close. It's 9,000, 6,000, so yeah. Not looking too good here for our Infernoble player. He did have to go for that Anaconda route. Maybe not the smartest idea in time, but like if there was only a way for him to get to Anaconda plus Charles, I think he had the game sealed. And we're going to see Nib. We're also going to see Chaining the Pandemonium, and the Weather Washer will get Tribute alongside of it. Not really sure the reason. Well, I guess it's a use it or lose it at that point. To trigger the other Pranks Engrave after the Nib resolves to get them to summon out. So I guess that makes sense. And then I think they're calculating token stats here. And he's going to get burned for another 5, summoning out a green. And at this point, I really don't know what else our Prank Kid player has to do. Looks like the Nib will be enough. He's going to go ahead and pass turn. DPE will come back. Time is very, very close to being called right now. You can tell by the frantic movements of the hands. Ash on Durendal certainly hurts quite a bit. Triple Tactics Talent to draw 2. Can it get him there? Picking up a Dead Fusion Destiny, and he is going to scoop, realizing he has no way to get enough damage on board. Or at least he might have a way to go for a game there, but just not enough time to do it. I think both players talked about it back and forth, and yeah, that's the way it ended up playing out. So if you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a huge shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Tweeter0226, Pony Star, Cadillacs84, Keith Stitchers, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your extremely generous support of this channel.